Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Nolan Hawkeye Anthony here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic week wherever you may be, and of course, however you may be listening. I got a jam-packed show for y'all today as the Iowa Hawkeyes, your Iowa Hawkeyes, received a massive commitment from 2023 quarterback recruit Marco Lainez, and we will be diving in, and I will be providing an analysis and a little eval situation. But before we do that, I want to mention going to 247hawkeye.com. And I really do hope you guys consider smashing that subscribe button, because it really means a lot when you guys do that, because subscribing makes you feel good. And at the very least, like, comment, the whole 9 yards. I try and get back to every single one of you guys when it comes to the comments. I will be putting the link in the PayPal, or the link of the PayPal, if you guys want to support the channel monetarily. And be sure to head over to Twitter and follow your boy at 247 Hawkeye. And without further ado, let's get into this. This is an absolutely massive commitment, and there's definitely a few angles right off the bat to hit on. The one that I want to hit on right off the bat is Ken O'Keefe, contrary to popular belief, actually doing a decent job as a recruiter when it comes to the quarterback position. The dude has landed a few 4-stars in Spencer Petras, Marco Lainez now, Carson May, who's a 4-star by Rivals, and a 3-star by 247 Sports. So he has done a good job. And in the Facebook realm, I saw some people commenting, and it's a totally fair critique, but I saw some people commenting saying, well, it won't matter because, Iowa gets running quarterbacks and just sits them on the bench, putting a pro-style quarterback in the starting position, and that's just how it's going to be. And again, totally fair criticism. But what I will say is it's not even possible. And here's why. If we take a look here at Iowa's 2021 recruiting class and just kind of take a look at who's going to be on the scholarship distribution, the Iowa Hawkeyes have made a concerted effort at recruiting more mobile quarterbacks. They really have. If we go back to 2021, the Iowa Hawkeyes landed Joey Labus out of Ohio, who is more of a pro-style quarterback, but absolutely can make it happen with his legs. If we go to 2022, the Iowa Hawkeyes are likely, the guy is already committed to the Iowa Hawkeyes and did a official visit this past weekend, in Carson May, who absolutely, I did an analysis video on him, very popular video, because you guys are amazing. And the dude is absolutely mobile. And we get to 2023, which is next year's recruiting class, and we have Marco Lainez. Now, full disclosure, when I originally made this video, I had not seen Marco Lainez, and I might be botching his last name. I hope I am not. It's Lainez or Lainez. I had not seen Marco's game tape. But I literally got through the whole video, and I was about to round third going for home, and the power went out as it is currently raining to high heavens here in Sacktown. So that kind of sucks. So I have seen his tape, and he is mobile. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself with that. We will be watching that shortly, but the Iowa Hawkeyes absolutely have made a concerted effort at recruiting more mobile quarterbacks. And if you just do the mathematics of it, the Iowa Hawkeyes will have three guys, assuming Alex Padilla comes back next year, who are mobile quarterbacks next year, with Carson May, Alex Padilla, and Joey Labus. And the following year, almost the entire makeup of the whole quarterback room will be guys who are mobile, with Marco Lainez, Alex Padilla, if he chooses to come back again, because I think he actually could, and Joey Labus and Carson May. All mobile guys, all absolutely mobile guys. So again, the criticism that the Iowa Hawkeyes rarely put a guy who is mobile in at quarterback. And by the way, I'm not a guy who says that the guy has to be mobile. Okay. I don't want you guys to think that that is my thought process, because it's not. That is not the end all be all for me. But if I'm just evaluating the critique that Iowa always puts the prototypical pocket passer in there, maybe it's true, even though if I look back, Jake Rudock could definitely scramble, and so could CJ Beathard. Nate Stanley was definitely more of a pocket passer. It's kind of been 60-40. Pocket passers to more mobile guys, but the mobile guys absolutely could sling it around the yard. So I'm just not sure that it's totally fair. At the very least, looking towards the future, like I said, the Iowa Hawkeyes have made an effort to get more mobility at the quarterback position, or at the very least, more athleticism, which I think is a smart thing to do, as long as it really doesn't impede on the quarterback's ability to make passes, pro-style passes for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The other thing, before we take a look at Marco Lainez's offer sheet and his measurables, is the Iowa Hawkeyes are absolutely killing it on the recruiting trail, just doing excellent. The 2021 recruiting class finished 24th in the country. Iowa dominated in the state of Iowa. Did they get everybody? No, they didn't, but they did a good job. Like I said, finishing 24th. There you guys can see there. The 2022 recruiting class is going to be a bit smaller, but the guys that they do have form an average rating of an 8.836, which is higher than 2021, which was a 24th ranked recruiting class. They got the top the top in-state player in Xavier Wampa, and in my opinion, definitely the second, if not the first, just as far as my observation goes, in Aaron Graves. And if the Iowa Hawkeyes land some of the guys that they are favored to land, I fully expect this 2022 recruiting class to finish in the top 35 at the very least. And then we go to 2023 here, and the Iowa Hawkeyes have, I believe, the 12th best recruiting class. It's early. It's definitely early, but they have two in-state guys in Ben Cater and Maddox Borcherding Johnson, and they already have their QB. And then we go to 2024, and the Iowa Hawkeyes, yet again, already have two commits. You examine this, and then you look back just a couple of months ago, at least to the start of this past football season, when I was genuinely worried about the recruiting of the Iowa Hawkeyes, but everything looks just fine. These are the 2024 commits. Cody Fox is considered a four-star guy by Rivals. His brother is on the Iowa Hawkeyes. So things are looking good in recruiting for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Marco Lainez stands at 6'2". I read an article on Rivals that said his quarterback coach, Tony Raciapi, who, and I'll explain the connections here in a moment, said he was 6'3", 225 pounds. The connection is very simple. Tony Raciapi is the head coach of the Hun School, where Marco Lainez goes, and he's the quarterback coach of Marco. And he also works with Spencer Petras and Nate Stanley. So Marco Lainez had an excellent relationship, not only with the coaching staff, but with guys who have played at Iowa, which is crucial. I remember when I was on my recruiting visits, probably the most important conversations I had were with guys that were players. because you get a real feel for the program. Now, is it the end all be all? No, it's not. And sometimes, a player's opinion can be warped by how much playing time they are or are not receiving in that moment. So that is the connection. And really the only other team that was vying for this guy besides the Iowa Hawkeyes was Michigan State. And the Iowa Hawkeyes won out, obviously. He also had offers from Illinois, Louisville, UMass, Michigan State, like I said, Pitt, and West Virginia. So this is an absolutely huge commit. The last angle that I want to discuss before we take a look at Marco's tape is anytime you have a talented guy in your state and you are the in-state school, you always want to land that guy. It's a big deal, especially when he is a quarterback. I keep hitting my nose on the microphone. Especially when he is a quarterback. And in the 2023 recruiting class, J.J. Cole, whose father is the owner and chief operator, whatever you want to call it, spooky, of Cole's Kicking Academy. I believe that's what it's called. And he played at Iowa State. The father did. This was the other quarterback that the Iowa Hawkeyes were considering. And the reality is the Iowa Hawkeyes really only take one guy in each recruiting class. They might end up taking two depending on who leaves and who stays, but definitely one. I feel comfortable saying that it's only going to be one because that is part of the lure of a guy like Marco is saying, listen, you're our guy. You're our guy. And the bottom line is, regardless of how good J.J. Cole is, you always, always, always take a for sure commit from a guy that you believe is just as good as the guy who may possibly, hypothetically, commit to your school. So the Hawkeyes absolutely did the right thing in saying, okay, yep, you're our guy. You want to come here? You are our guy. Is J.J. Cole a good quarterback? There he is right here. He plays for Ankeny and has the connection to multiple players. Well, Brody Brecht and Arlen Bruce, who also went to Ankeny High School. But the Iowa Hawkeyes made the right choice in deciding to just roll the dice. Well, not roll the dice, but just stick firmly to Marco Lainez as opposed to saying, hey, hold off for a little bit, hoping that maybe you could possibly get both or just kind of see where things stood with the other quarterback. And I'm sure that they talked about it and this and that. And, J.J. Cole just probably was not close to a decision. So, again, the Iowa Hawkeyes made the right choice. All right, guys, let's check out the tape and I will give you guys my analysis and eval. While the huddle video is loading up, this is the Rivals player profile for Marco Lainez. 247 Sports considers him a high 3-star, as you guys can see, with a grade of 88. He is a composite 4-star guy, and Rivals sees him as a 5.8, and they have him as the 13th best quarterback, whereas 247 Sports has him as 18th. So here we go. Let's check out the tape. There's Tony Raciapi. This was probably the most impressive throw that I saw when I originally made this video. The dude is rolling off to his offhand. And so he's delivering it across his body. Number one, it shows excellent athleticism. But two, it wasn't like it was a short pass. I mean, he delivered a bullet down the middle of the field for about 20, 30 yards. That is a huge throw. It's also important to note, and this was in an article that I read, that Marco Lainez plays under center. And yes, that is a big deal, especially if you are going to be an Iowa quarterback, especially in this day and age where so many high schools predominantly run shotgun offenses when you are, and they rarely have you go under center. So it's good to know that this guy can operate under center before he even gets to Iowa. Bullet. Boom. Yeah, I mean, this guy's a junior going against seniors in this tape. I mean, and he looks like a grown man. I mean, he really does. Nice little play fake. He's going to deliver a hit here. Get off me, son. Wow. Now, I mean, that's just a beautiful throw. I mean, that really is a beautiful, beautiful throw. He won't be able to run like this in college. I mean, I guess he could, but, you know, we've seen that it takes its toll. You know, CJ Beathard was always injured. Now, he manned up and played, but he was injured nonetheless. Hypothetically, the best thing for an Iowa quarterback is to have the ability to extend plays and occasionally make plays with your legs, but never overdoing it too much, because at the end of the day, your team needs you. He's got a big throw coming up here soon. This is it. That is just as perfect as it gets. Let's watch this again. Rolls to his right and literally drops that in a bread basket straight from your mama. So that's a good throw. I mean, it really is. Straight from your mama. Play fake. Yeah, another thing is he has excellent, excellent touch on his throws. Excellent touch. Got him. All right, couple more plays. We'll get out of here. That's good. That's good. He decided to throw it as opposed to run and take a hit, take some punishment. That was a good choice. Good choice. What's wrong with his O-line? I mean, come on. Okay, couple more. Nice. He has a very smooth throwing motion. I mean, and that is what his coach and quarterback coach said in the interview, that he has a very pretty throwing motion. So, yeah, he's quick. He kind of reminds me of a taller Drew Tate, honestly. And a little bit more explosive CJ Beathard. All right. That's 4 minutes of that, so we will let it go. Listen, folks, my final analysis and evaluation. The guy has perfect size. I mean, not perfect, but if he is truly 6'3", even if he's 6'2", that is more than fine. I mean, Alex Padilla is 6'1", 6 foot. Brad Banks was 6 foot or 5'11", 6 foot. Drew Tate, same thing. CJ Beathard, Jake Rudock were both around 6'2", 6'3", and that is just fine. That's exactly what you need. In my opinion, these days, 6'3" is almost better than the guys who are 6'4" or 6'5". The dude is obviously explosive. If I had to guess, he probably runs a 4.8 40. By the time he gets to college, it'll probably be a 4.7. Let's see on his huddle profile if he has it. And as his coach said in the article, the dude has a beautiful throwing motion and it will only improve. And the thing that you have to take into account, in my opinion, is that he's only a junior in high school. He's still not even a grown man. His 40 is a 4.8. Like I said, bench press 305, 425 deadlift, 6'3", 225. And the weight is solid. I mean, he probably wants to get to at least 235 in college, maybe even a little bit more, 240. Hopefully, he wouldn't lose too much explosiveness in his running ability. But guys, this is not a guy who is only legs. I mean, you guys saw the dude can sling it around the yard. He made a few throws that were absolutely perfect for a pro-style offense, NFL, college throws, whatever you want to call it. I mean, those are excellent throws. And this is just an excellent pickup for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The relationship is solid. And so the Iowa Hawkeyes have their guy. And this is, quite frankly, it's a perfect way to start your recruiting class. You have two guys on defense, one on the D line, one on a linebacker in the linebacking group, and then you already have your quarterback early in the process. I mean, quarterbacks are usually some of the biggest recruiters for recruiting classes, because especially when it comes to the offense. So this is big time, and the Iowa Hawkeyes should be happy and pleased with the momentum that they have created, not only in the 2022 recruiting class, but the 2023 and 2024. As far as how I project this guy, when he gets to Iowa, it's too far down the line. Joey Lainez is only a freshman. He'll be a redshirt freshman. When Marco Lainez gets there, he'll be a junior. Carson May will also be there, and he's damn good. This guy has the ability to play, at the very least, his sophomore season, if not right away. I mean, the dude is definitely talented, but the room is going to be very talented when he gets there. But it doesn't matter. The Iowa Hawkeyes have made it a prerogative to get more mobile quarterbacks, and they have it. They haven't sacrificed the ability to throw the football in the pocket. All three guys can do it, so they should feel good. It's too early to project and say this guy's going to be the starting quarterback from day one for the Iowa Hawkeyes, but I am excited that this is who the Iowa Hawkeyes landed. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot. And I do hope you guys consider hitting that subscribe button, because like I said, subscriptions make you feel good, or subscribing to make you feel good. Some of y'all will understand that reference. It's from a funny cartoon show. And at the very least, like, comment. I try and comment to everybody's comment because that's the very least I can do for your guys' support. I will put the PayPal link in the description if you guys want to support the channel monetarily. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. And facts or feelings, because feelings don't matter. Love y'all. Go Hawks.